G'day guys, Joseph here. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. And I want to talk about one thing, which is streaming the Burning Crusade. And as you guys may have noticed on, I think it was Monday early in the week, where basically was ganked and camped by like these random people who were basically effectively stream sniping me on stream. And I really want to address something such as like basically why streamers don't really play the Burning Crusade that much on a PvP server. And if they are on the PvP server, they do PvP and chat raft rather instead, and doing arenas and BGs rather than going open world and really showing the content or stuff like that as well. And so the PvE is where they don't show whether they one day in instance, that's when they turn it on. The main thing is like basically there are so many toxics. There are actually some toxic stream snipers who literally just search for server names and just gank streamers and camp them, and I'm not sure what sort of motivation they want, because they want to they be trolls, they be like ask the most unbelievable sort of things, and it's just like, do you wonder why people don't play the game and stream the game? Like, do you wonder that? Do you wonder why your game doesn't get any attention? Like, that's the kind of thing that really turns streamers off from the game. I mean, you had a lot of streamers of Rust as well who just turned off Rust because the community was toxic. They said the N-word and all that stuff, and they just turned it off. Like, do you guys realize by constantly ganking and camping streamers that your game's going to get no spotlight, and your game as a result is going to die? I mean, I had another fellow streamer as well where they were actually sponsored to play a game, and they were being non-stop camped by some dickheads. And basically what happened, they were getting money for it and stuff like that, is that people realized how bad of a look it was for their game, and they came and helped the said streamer to make sure they could actually play the game rather than constantly get corpse camped by these people who were stream sniping. Now, the reason why I bring this up for the Burning Crusade, that is what's going to happen to your game if you keep doing it. Like, if you gang instantly streamer, I don't mind, but if you come into a streamer's chat and just be like, oh, he did this right, or it's blatantly obvious that you are literally stalking the streamer and ganking them non-stop, because it was very obvious that the guy came into chat earlier was ganking me, because he wasn't spotted farming the primal fires earlier. He flew to my exact location and ganked me as I was on stream, because he lined it up with TomTom, because I have TomTom active, and ganked me. It's like, this guy obviously, I'm not sure what his intentions were, whether he's going to become famous or not, but he's probably one of the primary reasons where like people are going to quit the Burning Crusade streaming and they're not going to stream it. Like, I mean, what does it how obvious is it? Like, how does it get it through your thick skulls that this is not a good idea to constantly gank streamers and grief streamers online, because they're just not going to play your game. They're just going to go elsewhere, and your game gets no spotlight, and then you're like, oh, why is everyone quitting? It's just like, oh, maybe you're the fucking problem. Like, I'm not saying you don't gank streamers, okay? I'm not saying you don't gank them if they gank you back or stuff like that, or anything like that. It's completely and utterly fine. But to grief them and camp them and make their gameplay a living hell, yeah, they're not going to play the game. I mean, Panda TV made a fucking video about this as well on Twitter, stating that he will not be playing the Burning Crusade much longer because he keeps getting ganked and keeps getting griefed. I mean, Snow Mixie also made a same thing as well when she was playing TBC, even offline as well, that she was getting camped and griefed non-stop. And it's just like, well, like, do you think people enjoy being camped and griefed, for 4 hours while they stream? I don't think so. Like, they're going to move on to another game, and you're going to be still a pathetic, miserable loser. And that's pretty much it. And I think, a lot of people got to realize on TBC as well, to really, really stop that sort of behavior. Like, stop that sort of behavior, because I did want to play with my brother, and I did enjoy playing with my brother as well, but I just don't enjoy the fucking cockbags who think it's, like, hilarious to, like, just grief and gank streamers because I don't know what's wrong with them. Like, I really don't know what's wrong with them. I don't know who hurt them whatsoever, but I think it's absolutely pathetic, and it's just going to hurt your game overall. Like, it's going to come to the point where I just don't play WoW on the Burning Crusade, and I just stick to retail. And then you realize that, Aragorn's groups get less and less, people quitting is already happening with the PvE groups I'm joining, where they need mages and stuff like that because there are none. And I'm not exactly the best TBC player, but, if I help my brother out as long as he enjoys TBC because he hates retail, so much the better. But I think a lot of people got to really self-reflect themselves as well, not just for the Burning Crusade, but for Rust and other games similar to Rust. I think the Lost Oasis was it as well, where that was, I think, it was a sponsored game as well, where the stream was just constantly ganked and stuff like that, and it made me not want to play the game. Like, it made me literally want to play the game. Is this going to be my experience if I play the game where I just get ganked by 3 losers non-stop? Like, that's not a fun experience. I'm not saying to, like, literally pander the streamer in every, little aspect to show them, to worship as the god. I'm just saying respect him as a goddamn human being and just not be a fucking arsehole. That sort of thing. Like, you need to welcome to your game, but, like, you don't have to go over the top where, like, they're worshipped as gods. Like, this kind of thing. Like, just show them, hey, this is our game. This is, the things you can do in it. It's pretty awesome, eh? And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much my message, is just, yes, if you do gank him, it's fine. Just don't make their lives a living hell. I don't know, what possesses people to do that. Have a bit of fun here and there, but just don't be an arsehole. Anyways, that's gonna be it. Jose signing off. And that was just, basically my monologue, I suppose, of the shit that happened yesterday. I just have to really, really talk about it because it's just getting a bit out of hand for the Burning Crusade. And Burning Crusade's a good expansion, don't mind me. It is a very, very good expansion. But really, some of these things really need to be nipped in the bud before, like, there's no one streaming the Burning Crusade. Like, no one. And at the end of the day, it's just these minority assholes are just basically to blame. Like, you just don't want your game to turn to effectively what Rust and a lot of these other games have turned into, where they encourage PvP. Have a great day, guys.